They've won Tonys and Oscars and Emmys and Grammys. There's no red carpet 'cause they're home in their jammies. From Melrose Place to Broadway to Janeway and her crew. Let Seth and James bring all the stars to you.
Anywho.
They're entertaining everyone, so who's gonna grouse? Just sit right back and you'll hear some tales on Stars in the House.
Hi, everyone. That's our brand new opening number.
Yes.
Dana Pirro, who wrote Zombie Prom, which I'm obsessed with. He wrote the music. Scott Longston wrote the lyrics, and Liz Calloway is the vocalist, and Jack Plotnick put together that whole thing. So fun. It's our debut.
We're a real show now, Seth.
Isn't that exciting? We have a new theme song.
Theme song.
That's right. Yay, we still got it. I'm Seth. This is James. This Stars in the House. It is July.
Happy July.
Yeah, we began in March
16th.
March 16th, raising money for the Actors Fund. We have a lot to say, James. By the way, as you're watching this right now, a couple of things. First of all, can you follow Stars in the House on YouTube? We've been so lazy about that. Just subscribe to our YouTube channel. It just helps when we promote to stars. Come on our show. We have these subscribers. And can you share what you're watching right now on your Facebook and Twitter? Just copy the link and be like, I'm watching Stars in the House. So as we're babbling, just share it on all your socials, please. Mercy Buttercups.
Yes, and we did begin for the Actors Fund. We pivoted in June to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund.
Yeah.
And the last show that we were on was with Marlo Thomas and Friends.
Free to Be You and Me.
Where we introduced not one but two singles, which are amazing. Sarah Bareilles' cover of Free to Be You and Me, and Michael McElroy and the Broadway Inspirational Voices with Sisters and Brothers.
Sisters and Brothers. And when you buy that, instead of just listening to it online, when you actually buy it and it's super cheap, all that money is going to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. So
that's my point.
Now we have a permanent way of sending money to the NAACP
That's right.
Legal Defense Fund, and now we're pivoting back.
And that's what we thought it was a perfect time to pivot back.
Look, my sister just texted me to say, "Get rid of the gum."
Yes.
Love the song.
Thank you, Nancy.
Why can't I chew the gum for 5 minutes?
Thank you, Nancy. Oh, thank you.
How do you know it was Nancy, not Beth? Go on.
Because it's something Nancy would comment on, and I appreciate that.
By the way, Dana, thank you, Dana. Bravo on the song.
It's because Seth was working on his SiriusXM show until literally 7:59.
Yeah.
And he just hasn't gotten rid of the gum yet.
I like gum. All right, go on. Oh, wait, totally not really spitting it out.
Not even it. Okay. What the nice thing is that while we were yeah, Nancy knows. While we were concentrating on Legal Defense Fund, people were still donating
to the Actors Fund.
To the Actors Fund because they were watching Stars in the House, formerly. And
yeah, because they're all at starsinthehouse.com. So you can see by the way, I think my favorite episode is still Second City Television. You see the SCTV episode, the Free to Be. You can see any episode you want. It's all at starsinthehouse.com, and you can donate while you're watching it. Continue.
That's right. And so I forget where we were before, but now we have an exact number. Maggie from Actors Fund sent it to me. So now we're starting July 1st. We're at, for Stars in the House viewers, $354,700 raised from our viewers of Stars in the House.
Just from you guys, $5, $10, $15.
Amazing.
So whatever you give in, if you can you donate it down there, then forward it to us, Stars in the House 2020.
Your donation receipt.
Yeah, your receipt. You're going to get a receipt, forward it, and then we'll be like, oh my God, thank you so-and-so for donating whatever amount. So donate if you can, 5, 10, whatever you can. We don't have big corporate sponsors. It's all from you guys watching. It's how we raise all that money. And we're going to find out tonight where that money is going for the Actors Fund. Anything else we have to say?
Look, put up that comment right there. How sweet. Mark Schneider, thanks for wearing the Tortola shirt. My daughter lives there, and I've not seen her for a while. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's one of our stops on the Broadway cruise. Every time we take a Broadway cruise, we bring back a dog. We now have 4 dogs. Anyway, that's not the point.
Why? Because we got Chrissy on that. Right?
Yeah, we got Chrissy, dog number 4. Continue, honey.
Well, Seth, I don't know where in the heck is the mouse here. I don't know if you've seen this, but in honor of our guest who's about to come on, the president and CEO of Actors Fund, Joe Benincasa, have you seen this?
Whoa, where is that?
Well, that is in Los Angeles, and NBC Universal gave up a couple of their, it's Emmy time for your consideration. They gave up a couple of their billboards for the Actors Fund.
That is great.
And it says, for your consideration, help people in need.
Oh, that is so
cool?
great. Wait,
Yes.
I'm the one who can't see far away. So why Why?
You know what? I don't know. In fact, why don't we just have him on right now, and he will explain much more about the Actors Fund than us. Please welcome our friend, Joe Benincasa.
Hi, Joe.
Hey, guys. Hello, Seth. Hi, James. Thank you for having me on the show this evening. And thank you for leading the way and helping us help so many people with fundraising and lifting all of our spirits every night. So thank you very much.
Oh.
Isn't it funny, Joe? I remember it's like Broadway shut down and we called you that weekend and we're like, we have this idea. We basically said, we don't want to bother you. Is it okay if we do it? And you were like, sure. And God, it's been so long. It's been like 4 months, right?
It's going on 4 months.
I didn't say sure. I said, please.
I just, man, you were so nice and you just trusted us to do it. And you're always great to work with. So thank you, Joe.
Well, Seth, you've done so much for the Actors Fund over so many years. You know that. And I'm so glad that together with James, you're doing even more. So thank you.
I love it. Whenever we do a Zoom with Joe, this is StreamYard. Whenever we're on Zoom, though, there's always that opening night sign behind you. What is that? I love it.
Yeah, it says every day is opening night. It's a slogan from Rick Miramontes, our good friend. Okay, so it's he gave it to me and I framed it. I've got one in my office, one at home. I gave one to each of my children. My wife shares this one with me. Okay.
Hi, Nan. Now, but by the way, are you like my pretentious friend's mother who had a cello sitting around her house because she wanted to learn cello one day, or is that guitar actually ever used by you?
Oh, I didn't mean to have that in the shop, but that's my guitar. I play the 5-string banjo and the guitar. I've played all my life. I'm always embarrassed to play it in public anymore. It's like playing baseball. I used to be a very good baseball player, but I can barely throw the ball these days. Okay, so, but I play the guitar every day.
Joe, why don't you play something for us?
Okay, let me book it another time. I'll bring me on another time and I will play something.
Okay, but you can't block my calls.
When you call, I pick up.
All right, fine.
Hey,
All right.
Seth, hold on. Before Joe goes
Yes.
into it, how did the two of you, when was the first time you met? Because when I met you in late 2006, 2007, of course, you'd already done all these concerts for the Actors Fund. But when did you first meet Joe?
I guess it was on J-Date. He responded to my... Thank you. I think it's because Tim Pinkney, who I've known forever, brought me on to conduct this Christopher Reeve benefit, where I think I did work with Chris Gattelli. Chris, I think you did How Lucky Can You Get for Julia Murney. And it was a Christopher Reeve benefit. I think that's the first time I worked with you, Joe, right? 1999?
That was the first time, and it was Tim who brought us all together, and it was for the Christopher Reeve Foundation and the Actors Fund. It was a spectacular evening. And then, of course, Dreamgirls, the legendary one-night-only performance following 9/11 that you conducted. That was incredible. And that was another, Tim Pinkney and Catherine Cook production.
Catherine Cook.
And of course, I always remember the sponsors. We had Target in for a lot of money that day. Okay. And we raised $1 million right after 9/11. And these days are different than those days. And then Broadway was only closed for 4 or 5 days, as I recall. And but we were the first event. We kind of celebrated Broadway. We brought everyone together. And it was spectacular. Mm-hmm. And Stokes was just getting involved with the Actors Fund then, and he gave the opening speech, welcoming everyone to the show. Yeah, and it was spectacular. It was just great. It was a magical night, and the recording that night was on the top of the charts, I guess, on Billboard for a long time.
Yes.
So, anyway, and then you went on with Josh Groban.
Yes.
The Chess and. You had Funny Girl with 18 Funny Girls.
Yes.
Opening the show, which was spectacular. And you've done so much, and you guys are doing so much. And James, what a pleasure it has been getting to know you, and doing those cruises with you guys. Nancy and I have never had more fun, except when you tried to steal our luggage. Do you remember that?
We didn't steal it.
Our luggage ended up in your room. Okay.
We didn't steal it. We wanted to look in it. That's a big difference.
But I'll never tell anyone what I found in your luggage. Okay.
I don't want to talk about it. Okay, so Joe, talk about all the. First of all, just so people know, the way the Actors Fund raises money normally has all been curtailed. Broadway Cares gives them lots of donations, but there's no more red bucket follies where they can collect after shows. There's no Broadway Bears. There's going to be no Red Bucket Follies, the actual show. There's going to be no Easter Bonnet. So all these ways Actors Fund makes money is over. Yet the Actors Fund needs more money than ever. How much volume have calls gone up from people that are desperate for help?
Well, we've helped. We've distributed so far a little over $13 million in direct financial assistance to people in need. More than 11,000 people have received help. In COVID-19 related fundraising. And, I have to go back to Rosie and to you guys for getting things going and getting us known and getting us recognized in terms of an organization responding to the needs of people, because of the pandemic. But we've raised about $32 million to help people with COVID-19 deal with it. And that's very important. We don't know, in the next couple of weeks, we'll be determining what happens in the fall. On Monday, we announced our expansion of Every Artist Insured program because the lack of health insurance for people in the creative community, in the arts, is just staggering. It always has been for twice as many people. Back in the late 90s, when we started our first free healthcare clinic, twice as many people working in the performing arts and entertainment lacked health insurance as compared to the national average. Kind of a staggering number. So we started providing free healthcare. We now have a partnership with Mount Sinai, in which we're providing primary care. We have telemedicine. But the health insurance program is incredibly important because what we will do is help people find health insurance on the ACA marketplace, Obamacare. We're navigators under Obamacare, and we're helping people get affordable, good health insurance. And when necessary, direct financial assistance will be used to offset that expense. We want everyone to keep their health insurance or to secure health insurance. And we're bringing more people on board, setting up partnerships with graduate schools of public health here and in California to help people, to help us help people secure or sustain their health insurance. It's incredibly important. The other part is, we can walk and chew gum. Recently I'm very proud of our home in Englewood, New Jersey, where, we finished a $34 million expansion and renovation last year. On Monday, we got another perfect rating from the Department of Health and State of New Jersey. We're getting ready with a large restricted gift to make it more pandemic proof. We're trying to make it more secure so that no one at the home can get the coronavirus or any other flu or virus that comes along. We've been COVID free for a number of weeks now. We're very proud of the fact. And so that's terrific. We also finished securing $115 million, to build a new affordable housing residence in downtown Hollywood. We need another $15 million to go, but we'll be breaking ground on that in October. And we also finished a $10.4 million renovation of our building in West Hollywood. Our buildings in Manhattan and in Brooklyn are doing fine. We're very proud of the quality of care or services that are provided to people who need affordable housing in our industry there.
Yeah, those are for people also that have HIV, because I have a friend that has HIV that lives in that. This is all for people that need help. The home in Englewood, so many actor friends I know have their parents in that home. I mean, it's really amazing. Is it called an old age home, or no, that's an archaic expression? What is it called? Old Sass?
Well, seniors residence. It's actually 4 levels of care. It's skilled nursing care. It's assisted living, subacute care, that's short-term rehab that you might need, and memory care. So we used to provide 2 levels of care. Now it's 4 levels of care. And, it's spectacular. It's really a spectacular place. And of course, we're very sensitive to what's happening right now. And, we've, last week we started a program for women who identify themselves as Black to get the conversation going in our community. And with Zoom, one of the benefits of Zoom is, though this program emanated from Los Angeles, it's a national program. So Black and brown people are getting together to talk about their experiences. And I think, we've been very out front in our support for Black Lives Matter. And we have been, our social media has been at one with the issues. 400 years of systemic racism is something that's, we're all working toward a more perfect union, and we all have to get on board to make sure we get there. And the Actors Fund has always had a penchant for social justice. We were home for people who needed the Actors Fund because they were suffering from no work from the blacklist, or they couldn't be buried in concentrated ground or whatever. I mean, that pales in comparison to 400 years of systemic racism. And I think we're doing what we can to make sure that people in the Black and brown community understand where we stand. And if that means returning some donations from people who are unhappy about what we're saying in social media, that's fine.
Wait, I hope everyone just took that in. The Actors Fund has literally returned donations to people that have complained because the Actors Fund is literally pro Black Lives Matter. So the Actors Fund was like, great, here's your money. I love that you did that.
Yeah, hopefully we won't do that too often. But we recently did it. And we're just not going to tolerate. We've never tolerated any issue of sexism or sexual harassment on the telephone, in the office. We've always been one strike and you're out. And if it's a donor, one strike and you're out too. We've only had to do that once so far, and we'll do it again if we have to.
Well, hopefully, Joe, there's some people like this here. Look at this, who will help make up for that. A friend who is not able to make his usual fall Broadway trip is donating that money to the Actors Fund. Thank you, Shannon. So hopefully that'll help make up for it.
Oh, it'll make up for it. Thank you very much. And what we're seeing in the creative community, there's been incredible generosity. The number of people who are stepping up to help the Actors Fund. And, Brian Stokes Mitchell is our incredible chairman, and we're so fortunate to have him leading the way. Yeah. Vice Chair is Annette Benning. She's equally fantastic in so many ways. And then there's Phoebe Newworth and so many other terrific people on our board and all of our stakeholders. But the number of donations that have been made to the Actors Fund, small and large, is really gives us a lot of hope that people care and that change is afoot in the country. And we stand for decency, and we'll always live by our values, which are to respect the human dignity of every person in our world.
And Joe's talking about these giant projects, these buildings, but really what I've always loved with the Actors Fund is that people come to them and say, I haven't worked in 2 months, I can't pay my rent. The Actors Fund goes, great, how much is your rent? And they tell them, and then the Actors Fund gives them money. You guys are like direct cash, here, pay your rent, here, pay your health insurance. That's what I love about you guys.
And what we did was we converted. Usually people call and we send them the application, or they come to the office to fill out the application. We converted in 24 hours to an online process. You go to our website, it's one click, you see the application, you see what's needed to qualify. And once you qualify for financial assistance, that money is in your checking account, almost immediately. So the system is incredible. Now, we have
it's faster, by the way, than unemployment.
Yeah.
Well, we have to see what's going to happen over the next next month to see if the unemployment benefits and the $600 will be extended. That will determine how the Actors Fund helps in the coming month. We also have to see what happens with, COBRA subsidy and the new CARES Act, if in fact the federal government steps up, and provides help to people to keep their health insurance or to get health insurance. And let's hope that the ACA is not overturned.
I can't.
Really guarantee.
Are we going to our doctor?
I think we're going to go to Dr.
All right, so we're going to go to Dr. LaPook. So, Joe, you have to come back, but you're not allowed to come back until...
Okay. I'm so nervous playing in public now, but I will rehearse for you guys. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Joe.
It's not in public. It's just us.
Yeah,
here.
it's just us, right? There's no audience.
There's no audience.
Oh, that's good. I have to think about that. Okay, good.
It's all in the mind.
Thank you for supporting the Actors Fund. Thank you for leading the charge. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We love you, Joe.
Love
Talk
you,
to you
Joe.
soon.
Bye.
So great. It's so great to have like such direct contact with like the head.
Absolutely.
Of the
Hold on,
Fund.
because I've got a beef with John. Well, actually, his wife. So just you hold on.
Oh, should I bring John on?
Yes, go ahead.
All right, John. Dr. LaPook.
Dr. LaPook.
James is angry right now.
You tell me, Lear, this is too much.
Oh,
My gosh.
That's not all she sent, by the way.
I know. Well, I don't know where you hid the other stuff.
I know where it is. Hold on.
explain to people what you're talking about.
Well, Kate Lear, John LaPook's wife, and our friend Eduardo from Ballet Hispanico. They sent us these amazing, I can't even, and of course I have, amazing treats. This we're going to say for my birthday
This
next
is a
week.
caramel cake.
From Caroline's in South Carolina, right?
Yes.
Yeah. The secret there is you keep it frozen. You make little slices, and it's great at room temperature too. But it's a little kind of amazing.
But do you eat it frozen, or am I supposed to defrost it?
What we do is we always have one, 24/7, ready to go. You take it out, you slice it because when it's frozen, you can make it really thin, so you have the illusion of not having a lot of calories. And then you put it on a plate and you put it back. And when I have it cold, we found out by accident when we accidentally left it out that it's good warm too. But anyway, there's a commercial for Caroline's Cakes.
Okay, well, better to go on to begin with that because the rest of the news ain't good.
Can you bring Joe back for a second?
Go. Do what? Oh, bring Joe back. Joe Benincasa. Hold on, Joe. We're going to bring you back. Get ready.
I'm going to bring my gun back.
He was taking off his makeup. Hold on. Here we go.
Hi. So I have. I was listening to you just now. I have yet another cockamamie idea. Yaki. Broadway has. You talked about building. You're going to be breaking ground on some new buildings. They're going to be coming in the fall, right? And then also Broadway obviously has been dark, and you have all these buildings dark. What we have discovered, well, aerosol scientists knew it before, but what's come to light publicly is that our buildings don't have good enough ventilation.
Right.
And there's a guy named Joe Allen from Harvard School of Public Health. He talks about healthy buildings, and he deals with sick buildings. There's all sorts of things you can do to improve the ventilation. What happens indoors, you have these little aerosols of virus that can go farther than the 6 or 8 feet that the big droplets go. They can go across a room. And I would think that would be a big risk in a theater or in maybe one of these residences that you're talking about with where people are there who are especially vulnerable. So now that Broadway is dark right now, is anybody thinking about going in with these buildings being empty and making them healthier in terms of ventilation, putting UV filters maybe in the ducts, things that would be very hard to do while Broadway is active and alive and people are coming and going? This is an opportunity right now. Anyway, I'm giving you that. It just sort of went bing as I was watching you, and I thought, wait a second, this could be a missed opportunity that we look back on and say, when Broadway. It could help us open up Broadway earlier because it's never, ever, ever, I don't think, until we have everybody vaccinated, going to be 100% safe, to do anything. There's never 100% of anything. But we're going to be having layers of protection. And one of those layers of protection could be a healthier building with, maybe even, whether it's UV filters or what are they called? Particulate filters, the air purifiers. That have HEPA filters. There are certain types of filters, and even higher than HEPA, that can filter out viruses that are in the air. You can put them inside the theater. Anyway, my suggestion is to get somebody who knows about this to start thinking about it. I'm sure it's not no cost, but I bet you in terms of the economies of having people feel more comfortable, they might come back earlier. Maybe you can open up Broadway earlier or certain parts of Broadway earlier if you did something like that.
I know there are active discussions going on, very robust discussions about all the technologies that might be employed in these venues and every theater. And I'll let you know I'll get back to you and let you know what the discussions are afoot. And I know I'm on the Times Square Alliance board, and I know the Times Square Alliance, that's chaired by Eric Rudin right now. They are constantly talking about all of the buildings, in New York City, what they're doing to make them healthy. We've had a really healthy approach to every building that we put together, whether it's a home for senior citizens or it's affordable housing. We build healthy residences, okay, and we put in, all the latest gadgets and latest ways of keeping the air filtered and clean. And it's especially important, especially if you're providing housing for people with HIV and AIDS or who have disabilities of some sort. You have to make sure they're living in a very safe and secure environment. And I think, hey guys, you can have Tom Viola on later on, right?
Yeah, he's going to talk about it.
Tom's one of my older friends, and You know, without Broadway Cares, I have to put this plug, without Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS help every step of the way, including $1 million donation that they made on Monday to jumpstart our Every Artist Insured program, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing right now. And that support goes back to when it started in 1989 or 90. So I'm going to hang on. So
well, anyway, even after this pandemic is over, you're going to have the next pandemic, or you're going to have flu viruses or cold viruses. This is a great opportunity to make these buildings healthier, and maybe have more women's bathrooms while you're at it. Everybody knows you need that.
I'll pass on to Needlelander, Wankel at the Schuberts.
Tell them all.
That's right. All right, Joe, thank you for being here.
Hilarious.
So here's my pet peeve today. I brought a prop.
Oh.
Right? So this is the way you want to wear it. I saw a government official wearing it like this. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. You know, this doesn't work. Just wear it. If you're going to wear it the right way. How you guys doing?
Joe, what about the whole, I need oxygen and it's cutting my oxygen supply?
Baloney. That the carbon dioxide is trapped. That's fake news. That's baloney. So it's not bad for you, any of those masks. And you know, we have the July 4th weekend coming up, and I was on WCBS in San Francisco today. They said, what do you suggest? Given what's going on, yeah, I hate to say it, but given what's going on in the country right now, where it's really getting to the point where it's starting to get where we can't get our arms around it. And when you look at what's going on in Europe up and down, Singapore up and down, in Asia, Taiwan, New Zealand, South Korea, we're up like that because it's turned into a political issue where wearing a mask somehow says that you're on this side of the spectrum or that side. We are an amazing country with incredibly smart people in it and great technology and engineering. And if there was ever a time when everybody's got to be on the same page, pushing in the same direction, it's now. We could start to go back tomorrow to a more normal society if everybody wore a mask, everybody did social distancing. I know we're saying it over and over again, but this weekend, I would stay home if you can. If you have to go outside, be at least 10 feet away from people in the park. And don't be fooled by the fact you're hearing, well, the numbers are going up, but that's just we're doing more testing. That's not true. You are going to get more numbers from more testing, but more people are going into intensive care units. More people are going into hospitals. That's not from more testing. More percentage of tests are testing positive. That's not just from more testing. And people are saying, well, but we're not seeing deaths. Yeah, but there's a lag. It may be a month or two before you see the deaths coming from today's infections, because it takes a while. So anyway, it's a serious moment right now. It's sort of like a punch in the stomach moment. Anyway, I still have optimism. I think the vaccine's going to come, but we shouldn't have to wait for the vaccine. We should just be able to bend this down again as a country.
Oh, all right.
Wow.
Good and bad news as usual. Thank you, Dr. LaPook.
Oh, my God.
Of course. Are we meeting tomorrow? Is this tomorrow again?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
and actually, you got to show that video.
Well, yeah, I have a video to show you that is mask related that happened yesterday, but I'll save that story for tomorrow because we're actually going to have the video proof. Because I'll put it this way. I was so upset by what I saw. Julie and I had ordered food from this restaurant, and when I got there, none of it looked safe. And I just let my card be charged. I haven't complained yet to get the money back, but it was outrageous. And when Julie and I ran into later on, this guy who works at another restaurant, he was like, it's been like this since mid-April. And he said, it's scary. It's scary to go into work. He works at Chipotle, and he's like, it's scary to go into work every day because people are not wearing masks. Because of the people who are working or the people coming in? The customers. The customers. Yeah, the customers. And, they're frontline workers, really, the people who are in the grocery stores, in the restaurants. We should thank them. We should keep them safe. And as a physician, that, you've seen that sign. I'm wearing my mask to keep you safe. Please, you wear a mask to keep me safe. I'm in the hospital working to take care of you. Wear a mask to keep me safe, please. Yeah.
basic courtesy. Let's go to Chris.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.
Thanks for the cake. Bye. Say hi to cake. Okay. So now I'm going to call on two of my pals. Well, one pal I've known for 1,000 years. Vasthy I just met, but I consider her a pal, especially the amazing look that's happening right now that I can see. So exactly. Yes. So got it. So please welcome to Stars in the House, the fabulous Mr. Chris Gattelli. And look at this look. And here is Vasthy. Hi.
Hi.
This
Hello.
is amazing. What is happening? I love it.
Nothing much. How are you guys?
I just want to know how that's done. Is it a headband? Is it pinned individually?
It is. You know what? I started wearing it. I either wear this or I used to do pageants. So I either wear this or a tiara every day until quarantine is over.
I love it.
You know,
all day long. I wake up, I put it on, and I go to sleep and I take my crowns off.
Okay, so we have to talk about the current program. Then we're going to go back in time, and Tom Viola gets here about how Chris and I met. But Chris called me like 2 weeks ago, and Chris was like, I have an idea, but I don't know if it's too soon to do it. And I was like, girl, we're doing it right now. So James and I don't believe in waiting. Broadway shut down on Thursday, and by Monday, we were doing Stars in the House. So tell everybody your idea because I love it. And you suckered Vasthy into it, which is amazing because she's got all the sort of computer skills with a Z. Okay, go.
Yeah. Well, it was exactly
Oh,
that.
first, that's right. If you don't know, Chris is Tony Award winning choreographer. He's amazing. He's got it going on. Okay, go.
No, but it's in a time like this. It's like, what can we do to help? And had this idea, listening to the conversations that are going on and all that's needed right now, especially in the BIPOC community, and wanting to help. And had an idea. Hinton Battle, I had taught for his convention a few years back, and he reached out recently and said, "Oh, would you like to teach again?" And I replied yes. And I thought about teaching for him and then taking all of the money that I would make from the class, the fee, and then donating it to the NAACP in Greg Burge's name, because he was like my idol when I was young. I mean, Greg Burge was like, I have a story about tap shoes, but then before I actually sent the email, I thought, actually, what if this was an ongoing thing? And what if instead of me like giving people exposure and seeing other choreographers out there that people may not know, or other performers out there that people may not know, and hear their stories and who their kind of mentors or idols were. So that's when I called you, and Seth's like, do it. It's like, don't stop. So I emailed a bunch of friends and kind of bounced it off of them, and now we're here. Thanks to, and Vasthy is already doing incredible work, and she's been huge in this. So, and Vasthy, you can take over, but
here's the website. So people is this open yet, Vasthy? Because I'm showing it right now. Is this live right now?
It is live. Right now it's on my other company's site, Broadway Babysitters. But basically the quarantine happened, and I was like, immediately, like you, I was like, all right, got to do this now. And that was like, it was like 23 hours into it. And I was like, what are we going to do? So we started doing these like virtual classes, and we have like Broadway people come in, but it's not like technical classes. It's literally for kids and parents who need a break from their 6 and 8 and below kids. So it's like dance parties and stories. We've had like Titus on there and Kate, like just all sorts of wonderful people. But we started with like 6 families, and now we have 600 registered with us. And it's a great way for parents to take a break. And I just, before it became, and I'm happy that everything is changing, but we made sure that there were colors, and we made sure there was LGBT community, and we made sure all that from the beginning. So it felt good to know that that was work that we were already doing.
Vasthy, how often do you have events?
We do it like 3 to 4 days a week. It's like each class is like 30 minutes, and it's just easy. I wake up, I take a shower, I put on my crown, and then I walk to my living room.
And is it BroadwayBabysitters.com?
Yes, that is the childcare agency that I co-own. And I've been so moved by this and love doing this that I've decided I'm actually leaving the company soon, and I'm going to be pursuing things like this with Chris. And my husband and I are going to just keep doing things like this in between all my gigs, if you will.
Starting this out. So what Chris was talking about is, basically giving the opportunities, because I do think there's more diversity on Broadway performing wise than there, let's say when I began back in the 90s. But I do feel on the other side, there's not the diversity, like lighting designers, sound designers, and choreographers. And that's where you come in. And so Chris, you're trying to give the opportunity for people of color choreographers, but also for young people of color to know they can dance. So you're trying to open it up to the world, really.
That was the hope, is that it kind of does many things in one fell swoop. It's teaching history, it's teaching about people different generations may not know. And I'm hoping that even in time that people can bring on, have a conversation with a director, have a conversation with a lighting designer. How do you light dance? How do you work with props in dance, and talk to set designers, and really kind of open up just the conversation of getting more people on the other side of the table, more representation, and just being seen, and kind of getting their work out there.
Yes. And I think it's important because my first Broadway show, there was one, that was back when there was like one per cast, like one Asian, one Black person. And so to the blind eye, it looks like it's more diverse, and it is, but sometimes it more feels like an ornament or decoration than our actual voices.
Absolutely.
I have yet to see hear Black voices in theater in that way. And so you see them and it's great. But I think by doing things like this and giving more power on the creative side, then that can happen. And then maybe hopefully people of color will feel like they have more of or seen, not just physically, but seen. And I think that's why this is important.
Well, I also love, because Chris was saying it's not really passing the torch, it's sharing the torch, it's giving opportunities. And I love that it's share the floor, because I do agree, you can really start expanding it. Like, we had Beverly Jenkins on the show, who stage managed my Dreamgirls, and she was saying there are just not a lot of Black stage managers out there, and she randomly got the opportunity. And it would be great if we could have all these people of color that are in different positions talk to younger people out there and say, you can be a stage manager, you can be a lighting designer, because a lot of people don't even know what that is and how it exists. So I love that this website now exists. So anyone that's watching, this person of color, feel free to contact. Is there a contact thing on Share the Floor? Can they write to anybody on that?
Yes, there's a place where we're collecting emails, and we're going to be getting this going next week. And so we'll be making an announcement, and if people put their email in, then they'll be able to be the first to know.
When is when is the first class? Because I maybe won't be taking it, or maybe just the upper body will be taking it.
Next Thursday.
What time? Wow. Nice line, girl.
We'll have the time solidified tomorrow, but we have such amazing people that want to work with us, people that I personally am going to geek over. And so I'm very, very excited. It's we've got legends that are going to be coming in and doing this. And I think it's so cool. It's just so amazing.
I'm so glad you guys have started it.
And I want to say too, just even the different forms that can be exposed too. Like, I took a class from, there's a woman on our My Fair Lady tour right now, from Ms. Fauna, who taught a Horton class. And I used to take Horton at Ailey's. I haven't taken Horton in over 30 years, but it felt so great to do. And in this moment when we're in our own homes, and you may feel a little nervous going into class, and how you may look or whatever, but to be able to really get it out in your own home and learn different styles and try new things is great. I think it can be really, really great.
Thank you.
I want to give Chris some shout outs, people that think. So first, I'm showing a clip from Newsies. Just if you do a Chris Gattelli show, you have to just be, I don't even know, you have to be completely fully stretched out, an full one. Cut. Okay, so here's just a couple of clips. So just a couple of kids dancing, and it's relentless scissor leaps. Everyone's actually 185, not even 180. Yeah.
That was here.
Some of us are singers who move. Okay, I find it rude. So Chris, I thought because we're gonna have Tom Viola at some point, I wanted to go through some of our classic Easter bonnet moments. And this to me is like a perfect combination of us because this is I think is my favorite one. This is the Tara Rubin one. Do you want to describe what the concept was for this?
Oh, the concept was that the Disney cruise ship they overbooked a studio and they had to hold the audition for the Disney Cruise Line on stage at the New Am.
Right.
They got their dates mixed up.
Easter bonnet. We also have to have auditions for like the cruise ship version of Gypsy. So the opening number,
that was it.
Yeah, so the opening number for Easter bonnet was the Gypsy audition. So this is one of the. So this is classic me and Chris because it's pure comedy. It's basically someone being forced to dance with someone that they hate. Here we go.
Okay, let's do the partnering combination. Does anybody need a partner?
I do. I'll partner you, Paul. Oh, okay. Are you auditioning? No, I'm the choreographer. 5, 6, 7, 8. Funny, 'cause we used to take dance class. I said to his face, "You stink." Funny, he's deciding my future. Small world, isn't it? Funny, then he flirted at Splash Bar. I laughed in his face, I think. Funny, it's no longer so funny. Small world, isn't it? All right, everyone, I need to make some cuts. Number 10. Small and funny and devastating.
Okay, let's do the ladies combination.
That's amazing.
So
Okay,
ridiculous.
before that, I'm going to bring on Tom Viola because I see him right here, but I have to show more of that number. But hi, Tommy. We're going to bring him on to talk about Easter bonnet and Broadway Cares. Hi, Tom.
Hey, Chris. Hey, everybody.
Hey,
How are
Tom.
you? I'm glad I got here.
Tom, Vasthy, Tom.
Hi.
Tom is not technically savvy, and basically, let's just say the sound check wasn't fun. But here he is.
Right. And then I just noticed that behind me, the curtain looked like a hat, so I had to readjust everything.
What else is new? Okay, so girl, talk about, so Broadway Cares is a grant-making organization, and you guys just gave, what is it called? No, what is it called? You're
Well,
what?
Seth, first of all, we're a fundraising and a grant-making organization because first we have to raise the money like we do at Easter Bonnet or Red Bucket or Broadway Bears or the Appeals to then do all that grant-making.
Correctamundo. And then you dole it on out. And
We do.
And I was talking to James. I saw Judy Kuhn post saying I was supposed to begin Assassins. It's all canceled. Yes. They were going to give me my weeks for health insurance. And I said to James, everyone's going to run out of health insurance. What the hell is going to happen? And I wrote to Equity, by the way, didn't hear, and actually wrote 3 times. I was like, what is going to happen with health insurance? Is there any plan? Silence. But then, Tom Viola, what have you guys done?
Well, I can tell you. I mean, first of all, let me back up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Everything shut down on March 17th. Literally, Chris, the appeals, the benefits. I mean, anything that we did basically flatlined, along with the theaters shutting down. So we did 2 things. We created the COVID-19 Emergency Assistance Fund, which was an online fundraising campaign specifically for the Actors Fund to raise money for their emergency relief, their emergency assistance grants. We have raised $6.3 million from that fund over the last 15 weeks. And we have sent, and this is your question, Seth, we have sent $5 million up to the Actors Fund for the emergency assistance grants. And on Monday, actually, $1 million for this new program they've created called Every Artist Insured, which will allow the Actors Fund to hire another team of social workers to work with folks in the industry, Equity, 802 members, IATSE members, 764 members, who literally are losing their health insurance because they don't have the work weeks to stay in benefits. The social workers will be able to assist them, hopefully, in signing up for the ACA or figuring out some alternative. And if there are really problems with that, there's also a pot of, if you will, money to assist folks with copays and premiums.
Amazing.
Amazing.
It's so amazing what you guys are doing, and you have so many creative ways of raising money. What's so incredible is there was this big Bernadette Peters concert in 2009 that you were able to go to. I think I was in Provincetown, but it was filmed. Talk about the big news about that.
Sure, it's on June 10th at 8 o'clock.
July 10th.
July 10th. Thank you very much. July 10th at 8 o'clock. In 2010, we did a concert with Bernadette that at that time was called Broadway Barks, because Broadway Cares. It was a benefit for Broadway Cares and Broadway Barks together. And we did it at the Minskoff. Bernadette did this extraordinary, gorgeous concert. The opening brought back the cast of Into the Woods together. Mary Tyler Moore was a part of that. And really one of my favorite parts, apart from all the greatest hits she sang and all the Sondheim and all the Jerry Herman, was literally the opening of the second act was the March of the Puppies, which brought out about 20 dogs on stage to March of the
Penguins.
No, from The King and I.
Siamese Children.
Siamese Children, yes. It was adorable. At presenting the pups to that orchestration.
That's going to be July 10th.
July 10th at 8 o'clock. It's a fundraising stream for the COVID-19 Emergency Fund, which allowed us to send those $6 million up to the Actors Fund. So this will allow us to keep doing that over, in weeks to come.
So Tom is the one who actually hooked up me and Chris together to do all these Easter Bonnet opening numbers.
Yes.
And Chris, that really started like your Broadway choreography career, right? Because it gave you.
That's so cool.
Chris, I can remember when you did this fabulous number for Cats that I think included a tap dancing.
Jesus.
Oh,
yes.
Jesus.
Yes, that was so fabulous and funny that when we were looking to do the opening number at the New Amsterdam with the Ziegfeld women, Michael, I remember Michael Graziano and I taking you to lunch or something and saying, "Would you want to do this?" And you knocked it out of the park.
Well, that was when we met Doris.
Yes,
Doris and Travis.
We got to have a special Stars in the House Easter Bonnet and talk about all the old shows. But we have to go back. We have to go back to the 80s, Vasthy, because I don't know if you know, but Chris began as an 80s dancer. And I don't know if you've seen these clips, but
I'm so excited.
He all I can say is this: he puts the same choreography and use these. He definitely can do whatever he makes other people do. Let me just say it's not always appropriate, and there's a little bit of
show.
I did SpongeBob with him, so I'm aware.
Okay, well,
how things can go. Just kidding.
Let's take a look at his. He has a very Melanie Griffith hairstyle from Working Girl. Let's take a gander of him on. This is Star Search back in the day.
Oh no!
My God.
Wait, I want you to see, Chris. I want to see your acting where you're like, I don't know what she just did. One more time. It's the last. Oh yeah. What?
I knew you were gonna zero right in.
But I will now show the technique. Now I'll be nice and show the technique because it's fierce. It's scissor kicks. It's crazy.
You said you went.
Chris,
He's like, that neck was going, honey. He was like, yes, Chris.
No, Chris. Yes, Tom?
No, I was just going to say, Chris, I have to tell you that with all the extraordinary work that you've done on Broadway, one of my favorite pieces that you've done was Silence.
Oh,
Oh yes, the
one of
musical
the
version of
most-
Silence of the Lambs.
The off-Broadway Silence of the Lambs. I love that.
Thank you. That was a blast.
Chris loves adding choreography and comedy. I have one more fun thing that Chris and I did. This is part of the same audition segment because Chris and I were obsessed with special skills on resumes. I'm like, no one is interested in your special skills. Like, why are you listing them? Why is it driver's license? So
Driver's license.
Leslie Printer, when she first began, and our special skills were with a cameo by Michael Lee Scott. Let's enjoy.
Okay, Susan Stroman just walked in and she's updating her file for the non-equity tour of Oklahoma. She didn't know. She'd like to see your special skills. After all, this is a turn-of-the-century period piece, so naturally she'll need to see some round-off back handsprings with a double twist or any other special skills you might have. Leslie?
Some people have special skills. A Groucho Marx walk that always kills. Twirl ribbons, a flag dancing, and some skateboard as well. Some people have skills deluxe. Drive a stick shift or own a tux. They toe tap or do accents or hold their leg up and do trills. And some are good with kids.
She is amazing with kids.
Special skills.
Still got it.
Really?
And Pam Remler with the double baton.
Oh, that was really.
On a skateboard and the couch.
Michael Lee Scott.
Oh my God, it's awesome.
She's so good with kids. All right, I wanted to just bring on the person who wrote the finale every year for Easter Bonnet, just to give us a little insight in that. Here's the amazing David Friedman. Oh, masked. Thank you. Well, what does it say?
If you are reading, you're too close.
If you're reading this,
There he is.
That's good.
True.
you still got it.
I still got it. Yeah. Hey.
Okay, so first of all, I was literally hoping you were gonna give us some music. Do you have a piano nearby?
You don't want to hear me sing tonight. I've been talking for 12 hours. I have Nancy Lamott singing it, though, if you like.
What? Where do you have Nancy Lamott singing it?
On my computer. It's not a video, but it's
Will it play well? I don't know if it's gonna play well through the system.
I don't know. We can try.
Well, I was gonna say unless I bring you back. I'm nervous because it's always weird when we play music through the actual system. James, what's your take on it?
You try it.
Okay.
The beginning of it, and by the beginning of it, and I'll stop it if it doesn't work.
Well, let me just say before we go on. So
Yeah.
this is always the finale of Easter Bonnet. David Friedman wrote the music and lyrics to this, and I want to also, since you have Nancy Lamott playing. Nancy Lamott was this brilliant, unbelievable singer, basically my favorite singer. I mean, like, or at least in the top 5. She passed away in the late 90s. They're amazing CDs, amazing DVDs. David, talk about what you finally decided to do, because this is kind of it for the end of them, right?
Yeah, we've been storing them and people are not really buying CDs so much anymore because everything's online. So before we stop storing them, we're offering CDs like $6.98 a piece and lmlmusic.com, and people are buying whole sets. So we're, offering people the opportunity to own them, and then they won't exist anymore. So,
They're the most. I love those CDs so much. I listen to them. Oh, Beautiful Baby. I listen to them over and over and over again. So let's hear some of the songs just to kind of give people a hint.
It'll even play. Hold on a second.
Okay, let's see. You're playing the piano for this too. It's her very first album.
Don't give up the ship, even when you feel it sinking and you don't know what to do. Don't give up your dream, even though you may be thinking it never will come true. Life has its own ideas of how things come about. And if you just hang in there, life is gonna work it out. Help is on the way from places you don't know about today. From friends you may not have met yet. Believe me when I say I know help is on the way. You don't have to know where the path you're on is leading. You just have to walk along, dreaming as you go, asking for the things you're needing. You never can go wrong if you have faith that things are happening as they should. And just believe each step you take is leading you to something good. Help is on the way from places you don't know about today. From friends you may not have met yet. Believe me when I say I know help is on the way. So open your heart, open your mind. No matter how you've tried and failed, tomorrow you could turn and find that help is on the way from places you don't know about today. From friends you may not have met yet. Believe me when I say I know help is on the way. Help is on the way. Help is on the
You heard it, yeah.
Oh my God, boy, that was so. Oh my God, it was so nice to hear that again.
That is Christopher Marlowe at the piano.
Oh, it's Christopher playing.
I must say, I wrote. And he wrote.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I love knowing that. That's so. Yeah, I love the flowing water version of it. Oh, that's so interesting.
I want to say, in 1995, which was the last year she was alive, Tom, the fact that you gave her the opportunity to sing that song at the Easter Bonnets at the Palace was the thrill of her lifetime. And what it's turned into, it's been so wonderful. And can we talk about our new little project that we're doing? Can we, Tom?
Ooh, can you talk about it?
Sure.
What the hell is crinkling in your microphone? Stop crinkling.
Sure. I mean, first of all, can you hear me? Because my sound is really crazy.
Your sound is crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, do you know how? David, go ahead. I think I'm coming in and out.
What happened was,
hold on, David, hold on. Tom, sign out and sign back in.
Yeah,
and that might help.
Sign out, then sign
and
back
David
in.
David can go ahead and
yeah, David, you reveal the big secret. Go.
Leslie Alexander called and she said, "Has anyone done one of those big videos of Help Us on the Way for Zoom?"
Yeah.
And I said, "No." So she said, "Well, would you like to do one as a charity?" And I said, "Yes." "Which charity?" "Well, so we took a lot of the stars who sung it at the Easter Bonnets, and they sang it in their homes. And then we had 25 jingle singers and 20 kids and an orchestra of 16. And we just got the first rough of it. We're almost done. It's been a very long process, but we're going to put this out to raise money for the COVID-19 fund. And
I don't know anything about that. Well, that's good. Well, Joe Benincasa is happy to hear that.
So we're really excited about it. And I just saw the first sort of put together, and it's beautiful. And so I'm really I'm thrilled. So we're always glad to participate, and all the fantastic people who've sung it over the years. It's been amazing.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And by the way, you know, it's always been like my.
Here, I think bring Tom back.
It's always been like my most peaceful song to hear. And I'm always like, David's such a guru. And David always goes, if you think for 1 minute, I think help is on the way, forget about it.
These songs come to me and through me. Believe me, they are not.
So hold on. We've got to promote all these amazing things. So donate to starsinthehouse.com. That money is going to the Actors Fund to help, well, specifically to help with health insurance, but also to help with people's rent. I mean, literally for anything that people need. Broadway Cares to me to make.
Sorry, can I say something really quick about the Actors Fund?
Yes.
Tom, just so you know, last year I was very, 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 very sick. And the Actors Fund took care of me. They were able to pay my rent and like help save my life. So thank you.
Joe. I mean, we keep hearing that from people.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, I love that you said that.
It's
And
just amazing to pick up the phone and you get a yes. I mean, it's just really, it's extraordinary. Yeah.
So you can give Vasthy a shout out. She's paying people back by her amazing organization. First of all, she started one already, Broadway Babysitters, to help your young kids that are driving you crazy. Believe me, I know. Then there's a new organization that now is being formed. I passed it. Okay, there it is.
Right there.
That Chris is now starting with Vasthy and me, and basically amazing choreographers. ShareTheFloorLive.com. But if you're in other fields, please contact us because we want all people of color to talk about the stuff that they're doing. Broadway Cares and Actors Fund are teaming up with Every Artist Insured. Is there anything I'm missing? Sorry, that amazing Nancy Lamott. If you want any of that stunning music, I'm telling you, it's the most amazing CDs ever. So go to lmlmusic.com. Tom, if anyone can give tech lessons to Tom Viola, BroadwayCares.org. If anyone can have the crackling, I've never heard a sound like it. Every Broadway show I do, my mother sits in the front row with plastic bags and rifles through them. Like, what are you looking for during the show? All right, anything else I need?
Oh, that's it.
All right, I'm trying to think of any final thing I need to show. I guess.
Wait, the other one? Is there time to show the other one where he does this step?
I think
I'm in so much trouble.
Chris, what a great song you chose. What amazing lyrics.
It's a Debbie Gibson 12-inch remix of something.
So good.
There's no excuse. All right, guys. What a fun night. Thanks for everybody.
Hey, David, can you help us on the way on the piano while we
we're gonna
yes,
upper body dancing.